Welcome to the Bradford City v Exeter match preview. Two teams who have played each other many times this season so far. This is the fourth time they've played each other, of course, the FA Cup game, which caused a lot of division of what were they doing. Obviously, they made more subs, if you don't know, in extra time, which they shouldn't have. I think they only allowed 5 and they made 6. It's one of those moments where you think, what are you thinking, really? But anyway, we'll get straight into it. Exeter's form is good. They're 6 unbeaten. 2 red cards for the opposition that time, so there might be a team, I'm not sure, but there could definitely be a team who look to wind up the fans, cause upset, and obviously anger the players. But City form, then, it's patchy. Very patchy, in fact, and it's very mid-table like form. We've got 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 2 draws in our last 6, and that's why we're mid-table. But whether we deserve to draw, lose, or win them games is another matter. I think the games we won, apart from the last one, were a bit. Did we really deserve to win that? You know, a last-minute penalty against Walsall were one of the wins. A couple of draws where you think, could we have snatched that? Could we have took our chances? And then a few defeats where you think, were that a bit harsh, or yeah, we deserved to lose that. We got absolutely battered. But we'll start off with how they set up. They set up normally with a 3-5-2. They look to dominate the ball mainly at home. They're away, so but that's obviously that's obvious. They're not going to get as much as the ball away and at a big ground. But we drew 0-0 with them in the league. I think it was 1-1 in the first FA Cup game, which they then made 6 subs, and then we went and lost in the replay. Liang also got sent off as well, another player, so maybe they do anger the players, because has he done that since? Did he do that before? No. Talking about their key players then, they've got Timothy Dieng, of course. We know Dieng from his time at City. I think he got off to a slow start, but then towards the end of the season with Simon Grayson, him and Guy? Him and Guy looked really good in midfield, and then they both really went, really. I think Guy won loan from Derby. He then went, and Carlisle have him now. But yeah, them two look solid, but he's got 7 goals this season from midfield. I don't know if he still plays in defensive midfield, that's where he played for us, but he's adding goals to his game now. Matt Jay's their top goal scorer with 10, but Nom has played about 8 games less and got 9, so, but I think he's been injured. I think, he didn't play the last game. It were Brown and Phillips up front with Jane behind. We know Jay's a massive threat. I think he was one of the top goal scorers in the league last season. Last game they had Dawson, Stubbs, Diabate, Srinicky, Sparks, Collins, Dieng, Jay and Brown and Phillips played in that 11 in the 3-5-2. Diabate is also a player to watch. He scored, the 20-year-old scored in the 92nd minute to win the game on Tuesday against Leyton Orient. We know how good they can set up. Listen, Exeter are really good at scoring last-minute goals. I think they won a game 2-1 where they scored 2 goals in the 80-plus minute. So it's all about, if we need to get in front quick, and then we have to manage the game well. I think on Tuesday we didn't manage the game too well. Gave away a few sloppy free kicks, and Adams addressed that. So I think we've got to really tighten up in the last few minutes, because it wasn't that great on Tuesday, the game management. But yeah, as I said, they look to dominate the ball. They score last minute winners. I mean, 92nd minute, Diabate, but he's only played 3 games for Exeter, so he's a centre back who is inexperienced. So maybe we'll look to target him as an inexperienced player who doesn't really know too much about the league. And I think players like Andy Cook can really exploit young players like that, you know, the experienced strikers in this division, and Tom Elliott's of this world, and Nathan D'Alfonso. But I think the team for City will probably be Bass in goal. I think Henry will play again. He deserves to play again. after his good debut. Pawdy, O'Connor and Son go at the back. I think Folds should get the nod over Rydal after he came off with fatigue, didn't he? And Folds looked solid again. I think if you don't put a foot wrong, why should you be dropped for a player who keeps going off with fatigue? I mean, and you don't want to keep bringing a player off for fatigue. Give him a few games rest after. I think he got a knock, didn't he? And then Folds came in. So I think you need to give Rydal a couple of games off really, because if he's got a knock and then he couldn't play for a couple of games, then he comes back and goes off with fatigue. I think really, just drop him. Well, not drop him because he hasn't played bad, but you don't want to be wasting a sub all the time. So I'd play Folds in left back. I think I'd keep the formation but run. I think we need to get a bit more consistent with the way we line up, because he changes it way too much really. So I'd keep the same formation. I'd have a two in midfield of I think what is a bit of a questionable player in it this season. I mean, he gives the ball away a lot, but at least he looks forward, and he wants to get the game up the pitch. So at least that. I think Sutton's energy is vital. He ain't the best on the ball, but off the ball he'll give everything, and I think I like a player like that. He gives everything off the ball, and he's a tough player to play against because he don't stop running. So I'd play him in midfield with Watt. Probably played Alfonso on the right again. He looked good. With Henry, they seemed to link up quite well. And then on the left, I don't think Vernon's back. So you keep Walker in on the left wing, who looked good. I'm not sure if Callum Cook's available, but I do like the look of Daly. I think you've got to rotate them two because they're both offer slightly different things, but they're similar in ways. I mean, they're both good passers on the ball. They're both pretty good at pressing, and they're both hungry. They're both eager. That's fallen over again. That's a bleeding occurrence every bleeding time, isn't it? Anyway, can I get it right? That's not. There we go, we're back. It bleeding falls over every video now, it's getting an occurrence. Anyway, so back onto the team, and well, there's only one position left in Andy Cook. I think we need to give him more chances up front. He wasn't as isolated on Tuesday. We got players in and around him, and that's what we need to keep doing. Supply bodies in and around him so he can play off them, and then you'll see a much better Andy Cook. But yeah, I think we should line up with a 4-2-3-1 again, 4-5-1, 4-3-3, whatever you bleeding want to call it. It's the same, innit, really. But will he go with a three at the back to match them? I could see it. I could easily see it. Because they play 3-5-2, I could see his line up with Cook and Alfonso, midfield 3. I can easily see that. And if Rydal's fit, put Folds in left centre back so he doesn't have to be dropped. I can easily see that happening. But we need consistency. And with consistency, you get momentum. I spoke about it a lot, so you probably you're used to that word if you listen to the other one. So I'm not going to keep telling you it, but it is important. So yeah, we need to sort that patchy form out. They're unbeaten in 6, So, and it ain't like they've played no one. They've played Forest Green, Swindon. They've played some big boys up there. Well, then again, Swindon did have 10 men, but in that game they scored 2 goals in the 80 plus minutes, and won the game. So we've got to be careful. We've got to be not cautious in the way we play, but cautious in the way we go into tackles and that, because they're probably a team who look to get in your heads, because Taylor gets it drilled into them. But I think that's all really. Oh yeah, I think the 4 points off third, Northampton, with a game in hand on them, so they're going to be really up for this, and they're probably going to take a draw to keep the unbeaten one going. So I think it's good we get Adam early, get the fans behind us, and get Valley Parade rocking. There's not much more to say, but have a good one.